TTS Read Number 1, How Not to Babysit Your Brother, story by Kathy Hapkia and Ellen Titlebaum. Little brothers are trouble. Hi, my name is Will. I live with my parents, my grandma, my dog, Buster, and my little brother, Steve. Steve is trouble. He's loud, he's smelly, and he's always around. If you have a little brother, you know exactly what I mean. Last week, I found out just how much trouble he could be. That's when I learned how not to babysit my brother. It all started when Mom went shopping. Dad was out playing golf. I was playing my new video game, Cowboy Stampede. I was about to reach level 5. Usually my cowboy got trampled on level 3. Bye, Mom, I said. Bye, Mom, Steve sang out. He likes to copy everything I do. We'll be fine, Grandma told Mom. Don't worry. After Mom left, I went back to my game. Suddenly I felt a tug on my arm. Can I play? It was Steve. Of course. Go away, I said. But it was too late. The cow trampled my cowboy. 2 words came on the screen. Game over. Look what you did, twerphead, I said. Play nice, boys, Grandma said. She yawned and picked up a book. I went back to my game. A minute later, I heard a snore. I looked over at the couch. Grandma's book was on her lap and her eyes were closed. Grandma? I said. The only answer was another snore. She was fast asleep. A very bad idea. I looked over at Steve. He stared back at me. I'm bored, Steve said. If Grandma's asleep, you have to babysit me. I want to play hide and seek. Okay, I said. You hide first. 1, 2, 3. I smiled as Steve ran out of the room. Buster ran after him. Steve loves hide and seek. I love my video game. Now we were both happy. I waited until Steve and Buster were out of sight. Then I stopped counting and went back to my video game. I continued to search. I checked under Steve's bed. Then I checked under my bed. I searched the basement, the garage, and my closet. There was no sign of Steve. This was going to be harder than I thought. Where was Steve hiding? Crash. Uh-oh, I thought. I heard Buster barking in the kitchen. I ran to see what was going on. A very big mess. When I got there, the dog food bin was tipped over. Steve's head and shoulders were sticking out of the top. Dog food was stuck in his hair, on his clothes, and up his nose. He looked like an alien from the planet Yuck. He giggled as Buster licked some crumbs off his ear. What took you so long? Steve asked when he saw me. A chunk of dog food flew out of his mouth. Babysitting lesson number 2, when babysitting your brother, don't let him hide first. Get out of there, I told Steve. We have to clean up this mess. Steve climbed out of the bin. Why? He asked. Buster's cleaning it up. If Buster eats all this food, he'll get a stomachache, I told him. I wiped off the counter and swept the floor. But Steve was still covered in dog food and dog slobber. Come on, Steve, I said. Let's go upstairs. Why? Steve asked. He gave me an I don't trust you look. What's upstairs? The bathtub, I said, grinning. Steve hates baths. I dragged Steve up to the bathroom. No bath, he yelled. I'll give you a cookie, I said. No bath. We glared at each other. I had to think of something fast. If you take a bath, I said, we'll play a game. What game? Steve asked. It's called Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave, Steve said happily. Okay, babysitting lesson number 3. When your brother likes one of your ideas, be very, very worried. To be continued in part 2.